Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday Night Bitcoin. My name is George with Bitcoin Is. Today is the 24th of August. This time last year, me and my team, we were getting ready for Bitcoin Is in LA, a conference that featured the likes of Safety Amos and Alex Gladstein and Jimmy Song and Pomp and a bunch of other people, Jill Carlson. Basically, all the big names in Bitcoin because, Russell Okung hosted the event, and everyone wanted to be around other Bitcoiners last summer, and it was so much fun. But it was a crazy few weeks leading up to that, and we didn't really know what we were doing. We were just kind of winging it at the time, and so Alex Gladstein is the one who suggested, "Hey, you guys should host an event because people want to get together with other Bitcoiners." And really, ever since then, it's been almost a full year now. We've been kind of building on this theme of relationships with other Bitcoiners, and so we spent the year meeting with other Bitcoiners, meeting with as many Bitcoiners as we can, and trying to figure out what are we trying to do here. And honestly, this isn't our full-time gig. We have a lot of other things going on. Actually, I just started a new job this week in the real estate world, trying to get some more fiat so I can buy more Bitcoin, which is a great strategy, by the way. I would highly recommend it. But it's been a year, and we would love to do another event, but due to COVID, we are not able to in California. You can only have 10 people gather. So really, we are at this place where the meetups with other Bitcoiners have been the thing that we want to focus our energy on. So this past week, we launched a second meetup group. We have our we partnered with OC Bitcoin Network in Anaheim, and just launched one in Rialto, California. That'll start the first Tuesday in September at a taco shop that we just onboarded to accept Bitcoin called Tacos Australia. And so if you're in the area, you should definitely come out next Tuesday and hang out with other Bitcoiners. And that's really the thing that I want to talk about today is Bitcoiners in real life. This is the game changer. I used to, up until pretty recently, the evangelistic side of me really wanted to focus on just onboarding new Bitcoiners. And I wanted to convince people hey, this is the best thing ever. Do you know about Bitcoin? And those are the conversations that I was focused on. That was just my nature. And I've gotten to a place where I'm just that doesn't work, man. And what I really want to do, what I want to spend my time on is hanging out with other Bitcoiners and going deeper with the people who are already here. Because you know what? We don't have that much time. That's what I'm realizing is that we are running out of time. We need to increase our sense of urgency. I like this analogy of thinking about coals in a fire. If you have hot coals in a fire, what's the best way to make them more hot? It's to have them be on top of each other and to give air, give life, give more life to that bunch of coals. And what happens if you spread them out? Well, the fire kind of starts to die out. And I think that's the analogy I like to use for Bitcoiners being together in real life is we're these really, really hot coals. And we have a sense of purpose when we're together. And people want to be around us. Not because we're going to talk to them about Bitcoin, but because the thing that makes Bitcoiners Bitcoiners is what people want to be around. So by nature, and I'm not this isn't the pat ourselves on the back, it's just facts. This has just been my observation. Have you noticed that people want to be around other Bitcoiners? And maybe they don't want you to talk about Bitcoin all the time, but who cares? Do you? The point is they want to be around you. Okay? And so I think there's something to that, to building on the fact that Bitcoiners in real life, we attract people who aren't necessarily Bitcoiners. And the more we have these hot coals around us, the more we attract other people what's going on over there? And so these groups that we've been doing week after week, they keep growing. People just keep showing up, random people. It's hey, I saw this on Twitter or I saw this on the Meetup app. And so a year into this Bitcoin Is thing, we're kind of going all in and encouraging Bitcoining in real life because we really do believe that this is the revolution. We believe that we live in extraordinary times, and we believe that these times are urgent. It's upon all of us who have been exposed to this new reality to do something with it. to do something with it now. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to watch another convention. I don't care. I don't. It's like, it's not even just because like it's boring. It's because it doesn't matter. It's literal bread and circus for the peasants. And as everything around us kind of crumbles, Bitcoiners, I think, are the ones who have the sense of stability, the sense of grounding. I can't remember who tweeted it. It might have been Matt Odell. I don't know who it was that said, Bitcoin is my stable coin. And that's so great because, you know, Bitcoin has this rap of being super volatile, but I think there's something beautiful about this. And this is what I feel every Thursday when I go and hang out with other Bitcoiners is it's my grounding in a lot of ways. I'm at a place now where I look forward to Thursdays. I look forward to going and catching up with my friends, the people that I've been building relationships with over the last several weeks, and seeing who else new shows up. You know, it's an environment now where like last week I brought both of my kids, and they both, surprisingly to me, had a great time. Like we were kind of, you know, my wife and I were kind of dragging them because we were going, although my son really wanted to go. But they had a great time because they're surrounded by incredible people who are, you know, interested in their lives and asking them like questions, just like normal people. Because this is the thing, we've come to a place in 2020 where our masters have really executed this divide and conquer strategy really, really well. They want us to be apart. They want us to be socially distanced with masks on, and they want us to not interact. They want to mediate all of our interactions through our phones and through our devices, and they want to keep us away from each other. And, you know, there's a bunch of different theories about why that is or whatever. The point is, it's happening. And human interaction is becoming rare. And I don't know about you, but that concerns me. That's not the kind of world that I want to leave to my children. Masks, quite frankly, like scare the shit out of me. I don't like the compliance. And it's increasing in me every single day. Like this sense of just discomfort with what's happening. You know, it's like I didn't expect the zombie apocalypse to look like this, where you just look like, you know, don't get close to me because you might have this virus that's not even really killing that many people. We have to start. Bitcoiners already do this, so this isn't anything that, you know, if you're watching this, you don't already know. Like, we are asking really hard questions, because once we stop asking questions, then, you know, we've given up all of our freedom. And so this urgency that I'm talking about is really important, because this window of opportunity is closing to do something about the tyranny that's coming. But for Bitcoiners, we have to balance this idea of having a sense of urgency to take action, and also having low time preference, which is to say, you know, we've got to buckle in for the long haul. You know, this war is going to take a while. It's going to take a long time to kind of build the future that we want to build. So we have to have both perspectives of a sense of urgency right now. This window of like get your house in order, get ready, buckle up, like, you know, I keep saying, and our realities are going to change dramatically. Like, we know that. We don't know what it's going to look like, but we know what's coming. And then coupling that with having this longer window of what we're building towards. And that's really how I see Monday Night Bitcoin. It's how I see Thursdays and Tuesdays, like Brian and I and Russell and Steven, as we partner deeper and deeper with OC Bitcoin Network to create more meetups and encourage more meetups. That these are the conversations that we're having, is what is our strategy? Like, it's time to get really, really tactical. It's time to start deploying forces into the field. It's time to start infiltrating the old fiat world with Bitcoin-minded people. There's another great tweet thread, I think Brian might have started it or was on it, about you know, who are the politicians who are Bitcoiners? These are the kind of questions we need to be asking and answering. We need to start identifying who is in the army that we can count on, right? I think this is why things like Dave Portnoy get really frustrating. Because we're like, Dave, like, you're so close but so far away. Come join us in the army. Come join us in building this new future. And instead, what we have is Democratic National Convention, Republican National Convention, waste of time, waste of money, nothing, circus. Like, let the dead bury their own dead. I hope if you're a Bitcoiner, I hope you're not wasting your energy with that. I haven't watched a single minute of it just because but I see it like trending. I see people talking about it and reacting to it. And I'm just like, let the dead bury their own dead. Man. That is the old, dead world. Who cares? Who cares who's on the lineup? Who cares what they're talking about? It doesn't matter. That world is gone. The world that we're building now is what matters. And so it's been a wild year for sure, but it's been a super interesting few weeks. And it seems like, summer, we're getting to we're getting the dog days of summer, the end of summer. Fall is about to start. And fall is really when things start kicking off. Football season, school starting. The fall, in my church days, the fall was when we would launch, we're going to have a big day in the fall. Like the fall is when people get geared up for what's coming next. And so it's right around the corner. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. But I do know that I'm hanging my hat on these meetups. I'm hanging my hat on meeting up with Bitcoiners in real life and going deeper and developing these hot coals, building relationships with Bitcoiners. I can't emphasize this enough. I think Twitter is great. I love Twitter. I've met a ton of amazing people on Twitter. But taking relationships to the next level and rehumanizing other Bitcoiners is, I think, one of the best ways we can push back against the desire to divide and conquer. And if we do that, as Bitcoiners who aren't afraid to go hang out and whatever the local ordinances are or whatever the mask policy is, if we, when we meet up, we're not afraid to shake each other's hand. I gave one guy a couple of weeks ago a big hug, big bear hug as he was leaving the meetup, and he's like, "Man, I haven't had a hug in so long. That's beautiful. It's so lovely. Like human interaction is starting to fade, and it's kind of scary a little bit." And if you have kids, you're thinking about the world that you want to leave them. And I know for me, I don't want to leave them with this sterile mask on, don't touch me, give me an elbow bump. Like I don't want any of that. And look, if you're immune deficient or you're an elderly person and you're worried about getting sick, by all means, please stay home. And this isn't for you. I'm not talking to you. I think obviously something is happening out there. So I'm privileged in a sense that I'm young and I'm healthy and I'm not concerned about it. I'm not worried about it. But I don't want to belittle people who might be. So go deeper with other Bitcoiners. Join a meetup. Start a meetup. Onboard merchants to accept Bitcoin. Start the local circular economy. Which, by the way, what we're learning is really those two things go hand in hand. What we're ultimately talking about when we talk about a Bitcoin circular economy is a community, or if you don't like that word, I know it's a touchy word, a group of people who know each other, who want to do commerce with one another. And they want to do it in a way where, there's no blood on the money that they're using. And that's what Bitcoin is. It's money that doesn't have all of this baggage with it. And so anytime we can onboard a merchant, really all we're saying is, someone else has joined the group of revolutionaries who are trying to envision this new world. The Revolutionary War, they didn't. I think there's a Hamilton verse that's, they only take British money, so sing a song of sixpence. And I think in this next revolution, what will be different is that we will have our own money that people will accept. We don't have to rely on the fiat currency of the day to fund the war. Because revolutions cost money. I don't know if you know this, but this revolution is no different. It will cost money. And so, as I wrap up, we'll leave you with a couple things here. First, I want to say that BitBlock Boom is happening this weekend in Texas. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go. I wish I could. But another great opportunity to meet with Bitcoiners in real life. A couple of friends are going to be speaking there. Robert Breedlove is going to be there. Gary Leland, who I've had a chance to interact with a few times over the past year, is hosting it. Incredible guy, calls himself the Bitcoin Boomer. Putting on what looks like another killer event, amazing lineup. And then our very own Stephen Cole looks like was just added to the lineup. So if you can get out to Texas this coming weekend, my buddy Jimmy Song will be there as well. There's a lot of great Bitcoiners will be there, and it's cool to see an event taking place. Leave it to Texas to still allow it. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Wish I could be there. But, and then if you're in California, Thursdays in Anaheim, come join us. Next week, Tuesday in Rialto, we will be there. But this week, my encouragement again is to remember that people want to be around Bitcoiners. Not because you Bitcoin necessarily, but because of the conditions that it took for you to become a Bitcoiner. Everything about you, that's why they want to be around you. So meet up with other Bitcoiners, and as much as possible, just start a meetup, go to a meetup, join a meetup. That's the message. We have a great week. We'll see you next time on Monday Night Bitcoin. Peace.